Welcome to the NYY Recaps postgame show. The stream is about to begin.
A no-hitter.
Ball game over. Yankees win.
That ball is high. That is far.
It's a triple play. From deep to left field. Going back for a goal. Turning left. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it.
The lineup for tonight's game against the Minnesota Twins. DJ LeMahieu, been struggling all year. He is at first base tonight. Aaron Judge out there in right field. Gleyber Torres had a big double in the game on Sunday night. He is at shortstop. Giancarlo Stanton, he is in there at DH looking to get going. Gio Urshela over there at third base, one of the Yankees' most reliable players all season long. Gary Sanchez behind the dish. He's actually shown more signs of life lately. Rougned Odor at second base. Miguel Andujar has looked better out there in left field, starting to swing the bat a little bit. And Brett Gardner out there in center field once again. And as the president of the Jordan Montgomery fan club, I must say that on the mound, Jordan Montgomery is starting tonight. He is 3-1 with a 3.92 ERA. 11 games started, 59 and 2/3 innings, 59 strikeout. Last time out against Tampa Bay, he went 6 1/3, gave up just one earned run with 6 strikeouts. Let's see what he's got tonight. Let's get it on.
Down the line. Fair down the line. Donaldson scoring. Sano being waved around. A great at bat for Ryan Jeffers. Oh, what a catch! Astudillo at third. Another 3-2. Ball 4. Outstanding plate appearance from Judge. That will score the Yankees' first run of the game. The 1-2 in the dirt. Blocked by Jeffers. Here comes Gardner. He will score. That ball is ripped to right field. That'll hit off the base of the wall. Sanchez motoring into third. Odor into second. And Duhar tops that off of the third baseman's glove. Sanchez holds on at third. Gardner lifts that in the air. We'll see if Sanchez goes. He is coming. Here's the throw. Cut off. And a blast to left center field. And gone off the top of the wall. Larnach will score. Frazier blocks that off to right field. A base hit. And Duhar grounds one through the right side. Nice piece of hitting. Frazier will hold on at second. LeMahieu grounds that one right to second. Here comes Wade. He's safe. The throw gets away. Judge serves that to the right side. Polanco to second for one. On to first. Not in time. And Duhar scores. Sanchez hits that in the air to left and deep. That ball is gone.
New Yorkers love a good comeback story. So how about Gary Sanchez being that story?
And Duhar absolutely smashes that. Second deck laser. 449 feet later, it's 8-3 Yankees.
Manscaped. They were kind enough to send me this Lawnmower 4.0. This is their latest ball trimmer. This thing has a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents, which is important if you're putting a vibrating razor blade on your boys. You're going to love this thing if you have cats, mischievous cats like mine, because my cat chews through every cord that we have in the house. We have to replace cords all the time. Well, this thing has a wireless charger. So the only cord goes from the back of this thing directly into the wall. You just drop your lawnmower into the cradle and it charges. Father's Day is just around the corner and you probably need a gift for your hairy dad. Make your dad proud this year and get him and yourself the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right. The Lawnmower 4.0. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code NYY Recaps at manscaped.com. Take it from me. Your balls will thank you. How's it going, everybody? All right. Yankees win this one. So the losing streak is finally over, kaput. I mean, look, it's been a tough week to be a Yankees fan with the Red Sox sweeping and then all the Gerrit Cole stuff today. But the losing streak is over, so let's celebrate the win tonight. Before we get started, Zach Britton got lit up like a Christmas tree in his rehab outing tonight. 3 hits and 4 runs in less than 1 inning. Gerrit Cole absolutely bombed an interview before the game. I put up a video on that. It was rough. Watch it, but make sure you haven't eaten before you watched it because it may make you physically ill. Let's get through this because I'm tired. It's almost midnight on a Wednesday or Tuesday. Is it midnight on a Wednesday if it becomes Wednesday, or is it midnight on Tuesday? Somebody needs to clarify that for me. I'm not sure. Yanks get a leadoff double from LeMahieu in the first but don't score, and you're thinking at that point, well, it's going to be one of those nights again. Twins rally off of Monty in the first to go up 2-0. Yankees have a truly pathetic inning in the second inning, but we're hitting ropes in the third inning. They just happen to be caught. And Duhar got absolutely robbed when he ripped one down the line. I mean, it was smoked. Absolutely smoked. And then in the fifth, the Yankees load the bases for Aaron Judge, which put Michael Pineda on the ropes for the first time all night. Judge walked to force in a run, and that made it 2-1 Twins. End of the line for Pineda. Wild pitch scores Gardner to make it 2-2. Gary Sanchez picked up another rope of a base hit in the top of the sixth. His swing was looking a lot better all night and a lot better recently. You saw in the lineup that I read, I mentioned it before the game, he's just looked better. He's looked more balanced. His swing has been quick. He's still chasing bad pitches on occasion. He did strike out to end an inning tonight, but overall, good night from Sanchez. Odor doubled, and Gardy hit a sac fly to give the Yankees their first lead of the night. Twins tied it back up on a double by Rob Refsnyder in the seventh, and he's been raking. I've always liked him. He's a former Yankee prospect. Always liked his approach. He was a college World Series MVP, I believe. And he actually left the game because he kind of landed weird on second base when he dove in. Final line for Jordan Montgomery, 5 2/3, 8 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts. ERA is down to 3.99. So far, a very Andy Pettit-ish season. That's kind of what we had thought. You know, people remember Pettit as this dominant 20-game winner. He won 20 games multiple times, but his ERA was usually between 3.5 and 4.5. I think one year it was like 4.46 or 4.35, something like that. But it got as low, I think, as 2.87 in 1997. But 3.9 for Jordan Montgomery, not bad for this day and age. Nice piece of hitting by Gleyber Torres and Giancarlo Stanton in the top of the seventh. They both went against the shift, but the Yankees don't score. Actually, Gleyber hit his to left. There was another time that 2 guys went against the hit. It was the 8th inning. It was Frazier and Duhar both beat the shift to put men on first and second with nobody out. And then Wade pinch ran and scored on a fielder's choice / E4 from LeMahieu. And the Yankees got another run on a ground out by Judge, just putting the ball in play and hustling down the line. So the Yankees figured out a way to get it done tonight. You know, don't have to always mash the ball. You can figure out a way to score in other ways. I like that they're using the right side. They're dialing it down a little bit. Maybe they're finally starting to get the message that you can't go up there swinging for a home run every time this year. And guess what? They hit 2 home runs. Stanton bounced into a double play to end that threat, but in the 9th, Sanchez hit a long home run to make it 7-3, and then Miggy Andujar with a 449-foot solo shot to make it 8-3. Twins get 1 in the bottom of the 9th, but just like that, losing streak is over.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
Jason says, not a ground out. There were no ground outs on that play. You know what? You're right. I think it was overturned or something like that. I was taking notes, and you're right. Thank you for correcting me on that. Let's see. Easy123489 says, even though it didn't work out, it was nice to see Montgomery fight to stay in, and Boone letting him. Yeah, I thought that Jordan Montgomery had what's called a gutsy outing tonight. I didn't think his stuff was nearly as good as we've seen it. It was much better against the White Sox. It was much better last time against the Rays. But he found a way to get it done. And look, the Twins are not a great team. This game was closer than it probably should have been. Twins have had a rough season. But the Yankees did what they need to do. I mean, you can only play who's in front of you. And the Yankees did look better tonight. They continue to play much better against the, non-AL East opponents. Hey, looks like we got a super chat here. Uh-oh. It's this guy. Patrick with the Dono Hype says, I look like I need a hug. I did need a hug after I saw the press conference from Gerrit Cole, but I feel better now that the Yankees won. That improved my mood. I'm mostly just tired. I mean, I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we're coming up on midnight, and I'm going to get back up at 6 in 6 hours. Raphael Go says, finally an entertaining game to watch. Slow start, but great bats by everyone all around. Don't know what is with the Twins, but they seem to get the Yankees going. Lovely stuff. Yeah, back in 2009, when the Yankees got off to kind of a slow start, they ended up winning the World Series, but it was a series against the Twins in May that the Yankees walked them off like 2 or 3 times in a row. And I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago when I thought the Yankees were going to get hot after they had a couple of walk-offs. I believe they had a Mother's Day walk-off, and then they beat up on the White Sox. And so I thought the Yankees were going to, turn the corner, so I like to reference that story. But then they got cold again. So maybe the Twins can be that elixir again that gets you going. Let's see. Franchise J says that cold press conference made me cringe. Franchise J actually commented, he says, sometimes you just gotta lie, bro. And I was thinking, that's what A-Rod would have done. I mean, that's what most players would have done in that situation. No, I never used it, whatever. I have to admire that he didn't want to come right out and lie. But it's clear now that he's been using some kind of substance and probably that spider tack stuff. Let's just hope that it doesn't affect him too much. If he goes back to being Pittsburgh Gerrit Cole, that's not a $324 million pitcher. I'm sorry. It's a good pitcher. He's still got a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. But that spin rate makes him a lot more hittable. But the good news is that if everybody around the league is getting rid of the spin rate stuff, then that should, in theory, bring some of the Yankees' offense back. Right? I mean, if these guys can face pitchers that aren't, putting goop on the ball, maybe they'll start driving it again the way we're used to. Eric C. says, 10-plus years ago, the Yanks always used to beat up on the Rays, and that would be kind of the team that would get them going. Yeah, and then for a while it was the Orioles back in, I want to say 2019. The Yankees just demolished the Orioles all year. Brian Swan says, Twins committed 4 errors today. They made us look good. We didn't. Yeah, Pineda had an error there. I mean, they were sloppy. They were sloppy for sure, but the Yankees can only control what they can control. You can't control how the other team plays. Christopher Foster says, breaking news, Yankees signed Jacoby Ellsbury as center field insurance. I don't think you could get insurance on Jacoby Ellsbury these days. BB said, and this is a good point, the interview didn't bother me. He was honest. I like that. I mean, he wasn't totally honest. He was evasive. He was, trying not to answer the question. My issue is more with the Yankees PR department, Jason Zillow and those guys. Why do you not prepare Gerrit Cole for that question? You know it's coming. It's like, during the debates or whatever, there's always questions that each candidate knows they're going to get. So you practice it. You have debate prep. And for the Yankees not to say to Gerrit Cole, look, you're probably going to get this question because your spin rate was obviously down. We could track it. You were missing that stuff on your hat. If you get this question, here's what you should say. Here's what we would say. And instead, he froze for 3.5 hours and then tripped over his own tongue and made a gourmet word salad before saying absolutely nothing. So I just want him to come out tomorrow and dominate without the goop or whatever, and we'll just see how it goes. Jason Kenobi says maybe that was their prepared statement. Ouch, that's pretty funny. I wouldn't put it past them to be that bad. Unhinged Yankee says, can we have a debate? What do you want to debate, man? What do you want to debate? I'll debate you on anything. Let's go. Pamela Davis says, Gary needs to abandon his leg kick and use the stride more often. Yeah, his leg kick has gotten smaller, but it's also, it's just more balanced. You know, before, when he would shift, I felt like he was staying back too long, and it made it tough for him to get his hands through the zone. He's got a little bit of a hitch in his swing, right? He lowers he lowers those hands like that and does a little bit of a hitch, right? It's kind of his timing mechanism. That's not always a bad thing. Darryl Strawberry used to do that. A lot of guys do that. But it can throw your timing off. Like if it takes a long time, you can get a little bit big, is what they call. Get a little bit long with it. So the best thing you can do when you're struggling, as he's been doing for a couple of years, is simplify. Just lessen your leg kick, lessen your hitch, and just try and strike the ball. Just be aggressive. And it looks to me like that's what he's doing right now. Christopher Foster says, if Timms goes, who do you want to replace him? I mentioned Mark Teixeira because I like guys who are switch hitters and understand the approach from both sides of the plate. He was a professional hitter. Hit over 300 a couple of times. You know, before the shift, he was a big batting average guy. Also had power. He understands launch angle. He was one of the guys who first started beating the shift by using that launch angle. So I like Mark Teixeira. I don't know if he would do it. I also like the idea of having a personal hitting coach for Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. And the reason I say that is because they're so much bigger. They have a bigger strike zone. And I think that working with somebody like Dave Winfield, a bigger guy, they have to protect more area than pretty much everybody else on the team. They have to have a different approach. And Dave Winfield and Aaron Judge actually worked together before the 2017 season, and then he went crazy. Although I would say, he's having a really good year. So whatever he's doing is working. I would love to see more home runs out of him, but he's, hitting close to 300. He's driving in runs. When they're on base for him, he's doing a nice job. All right. Robert Rivera says, any word why Clint wasn't in the lineup? Seems like he was heating up. Okay, so why wasn't Clint Frazier in the lineup? He was heating up. Well, he came in and got a base hit. I think right now they're just trying to get Judge and Stanton and Andujar reps in the same lineup. Frazier has had a lot of opportunities. He hasn't quite gotten it going yet. So, forgive the Yankees if they're letting Miguel Andujar get some at-bats out there and left. I mean, that's Clint Frazier's own fault. If he had been hitting 290 with 8 or 9 bombs by now, I don't think you'd be seeing those at-bats from Andujar. My question is, why put Brett Gardner out there at all? And the only thing I can think of is that it's a big center field in Minnesota, and the Yankees have no other lefties, really, other than Tyler Wade and Rougned Odor, and neither one of those guys scares you. Not that Brett Gardner is all that scary, but maybe with the spin rate coming down, maybe he'll pick it back up. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate everybody who joined tonight. Yankees win this one more time from John Sterling.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel. If you really enjoyed it, check out the swag section. We've got tons of great designs to support all your favorite Yankees. And if you simply cannot get enough Yankees content, check out the podcast version of this channel, The Frieze by NYY Recaps, available wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Derek. Thanks for watching.